Hey, thanks so much for stopping by today. Chef Billy Parisi with Heinen's Grocery Stores. Today I'm gonna set you up for New Year's Eve with a delicious stuffed boneless pork loin roast. We've got some potatoes and some Brussels sprouts. It's going to be perfect for your guests. All of Heinen's meats, including this pork, are source verified. They work hand in hand with local ranchers, so they know exactly what they're getting every single time to ensure the absolute best quality is in our grocery stores. So we've got two delicious boneless pork loin roasts. What we need to do is fillet them out. This is really easy. Don't get too scared. But what you want to do is starting at the bottom part of the pork using a very sharp knife. You want to sort of slice with one hand and on the other hand, sort of keep rolling out that pork loin so it's completely filleted out. It will literally cover about half your cutting board once it is to that point. Now what we want to do is season the inside very well with salt, cracked black pepper, and now we're gonna stuff this beauty up. We've got some baby spinach. You wanna completely cover up that filleted pork loin roast. Next, we're gonna add in some shredded Fontina cheese, followed up with some julienne sun-dried tomatoes. Last but not least, I've got some roasted garlic cloves, which you can purchase from the olive bar at your Heinen's grocery store. Add it all in there. Now you need to roll it up. Think of being at a sandwich shop. Put that knife down, fold it over, pull the knife back, and keep rolling it up until it is completely sealed. You want to make sure this thing is really tight, okay? You don't want ingredients falling out everywhere. Now you need to truss it. Simply wrap it with butcher's twine, tie it in a nice knot, and wrap it all the way around until it is completely sealed up. Once both those pork loin roasts are done, you need to season it very well on the outside now with salt and pepper. Now let's head back over to that cooktop, and in a very large saute pan on high heat, we're gonna add in some olive oil. Go ahead and add those pork loin roast fat side down. We wanna get these completely golden brown on all sides. This is really crucial to bringing out a ton of flavor to these pork loin roasts. Once they are completely browned on all sides, which is gonna take in between 6 and 8 minutes total, add it to a sheet tray lined with parchment paper. It's going in the oven on 375 degrees. It's gonna take about 45 minutes to cook. Don't worry and don't go anywhere because we've got a ton of stuff to do. Head back over to that saute pan that we roasted the pork loin roast in. Add in some white wine. We're gonna deglaze with this. Cook it till it's almost gone, or as the French would say, au sec. Next, we're gonna hit it with some chicken stock. We're gonna reduce that amount of liquid by 1/2. Finish it with some butter, fresh thyme leaves. Give it a little stir, no need to season it. It's got a ton of flavor. Go back to your cutting board. We've got some baby fingerling potatoes. We're gonna add olive oil all over them. Season it with salt and pepper. Toss it around, make sure it is nice and combined. And with about 25 minutes left in the pork loin cooking process, pull that sheet tray out of the oven, add those potatoes all around the pork loin, push it back in the oven. When the pork loin is done, the potatoes are gonna be done to perfect timing. But we've got one more thing to do. We want this to be a complete full meal for your guests on New Year's Eve. In a large saute pan, we're gonna add in some chopped up bacon. We wanna cook it till it's crispy brown. This really only takes about 5 to 6 minutes over medium-high heat. Once all those lardons are nice and brown and crispy, set them aside in a little bowl, and in all that rendered delicious bacon fat, we are gonna add in some sliced Brussels sprouts. We just simply cut them in half. And we really wanna roast these up for the next 20 minutes or so while the pork loin and potatoes are finishing up. We wanna get a wonderful caramelization on these because Brussels sprouts just taste so much better when they are golden brown. Once they are browned, maybe turn the heat down a little bit to medium low, and cook them the rest of the way. We're gonna finish it by adding in the crispy bacon lardons, season it with salt and pepper. Boom, we're finished. Come back to that cutting board. You could see everything is done. The pork loin roast looks amazing. Remove the butcher's twine. Make sure it is completely off because no one wants to eat rope. Slice it up nice and thin, and to plate it up, put it on a platter. We're gonna simply add those cooked potatoes right next to it. Last but not least, I've got those Brussels sprouts, gonna be really delicious. And don't forget about our amazing pan sauce. Pour it right over the sliced pork loin, and we are good to go. This right here is an absolute feast. Your guests, your family, whoever you are serving on New Year's Eve is gonna be blown away. So easy to make. We're talking 90 minutes for this entire plate. You are gonna just be wowed by this. Cannot wait for you to try it. Be sure to get all of these great ingredients from your favorite Heinen's grocery stores and visit heinens.com. We've got a ton of recipes there and actually quite a few for New Year's Eve and celebration time. Thanks so much. We'll catch up with you later. We've got a lot to eat. See ya.